Do you have a sense of how powerful you are and it terrifies you just a little bit? Some people tell me they're very afraid of their own power, but they're also afraid of holding back. As the saying goes, God don't want you playing small. So if you've ever wondered, what if I'm more powerful than I've realized? Or what am I supposed to do with all this power? Then this episode is for you.
Well, hi there and welcome. My name is Remy, like Remy. I'm a best-selling author and creator of the Get Unstuck Revolution. I help extraordinary women with big-ass dreams just like you who want to get unstuck from a life that doesn't work and get to where you know you need to be, into a life that's filled with passions and purpose. Now let's get started with today's episode.
Okay, let me jump off the screen here and change over to my laptop. Today, we're talking about whether you're standing fully in your power. Because if you've ever felt like you're a little confused, maybe some indecision, like you're wearing those blacked out glasses and can't really see which path is the most powerful, then today's episode is for you. If you aren't getting the success you want in full abundance, then maybe it's time to step into your power and create something unimaginable, something totally unreasonable, something that seems impossible to kick your whole life or your whole business into high gear. Scary, right? As business owners, change makers, thought leaders, innovators, disruptors, or even if we haven't found the right fit in the entrepreneurial world yet, whether we're talking about our relationships at home or at work, or even if we're talking about our finances, sometimes we're moving away from success. So how do we overcome this? How can we find clarity so that we can step into our hidden power? Well, it's time to be unabashedly, unapologetically, happily untethered to ego thinking. It's time to allow the soul connection instead so we can broadcast our hidden power from the hilltops. This episode is for you if you have a sense of how powerful you are and it terrifies you just a little bit. Today's episode is for you if you don't want to feel incompetent in handling life's challenges. And this episode is for you if you wonder exactly how to create better results. Yes, we're talking about how to find your hidden power when you want to transform challenges into successes. I like to call it the audacity of alchemy. Because when you're feeling stuck, it's never the situation that has you stuck. It's your energy that's become stuck in doubts, worries, frustration, indecision. In other words, it isn't the pain of the situation. It's the pain of not being connected in the natural energy of who you really are, of being connected to that magical part of you that's a creative vibrational being who can use positive energies to create what you want and bring it into physical manifestation. Part of this process is to allow your manifestations to materialize and not get stuck in the negative vibrations of ego that block them. These positive energies that we talk about so much are where you find the magic of alchemy. And using your hidden power means using these positive energies to effect transformation. Because if you're like me, then you're someone who has the audacity, the willingness to take bold risks and transform challenges into success. So let's talk about this idea of transformation and the audacity of alchemy. Do you have a sense of how powerful you are and it terrifies you just a little bit? Some people tell me they're very afraid of their own power, but they're also afraid of holding back, of playing too small. So what if you're very afraid of playing in full power, but you're also afraid that maybe, just maybe, you're holding back the best part of you? Well, there's really nothing to be afraid of. When you know your own strengths, there's nothing really to be afraid of. But that's an important point right there. Do you know your own strengths? Well, if you need a little help around this, you can go back to the episode called We Weren't Put on This Earth to Struggle, and there's a strengths exercise there. It was the episode called We Weren't Put on This Earth to Struggle, and you'll find a strengths exercise in that episode. So there's really nothing to be afraid of when you know your own strengths. So here's the question of the day. What if you are God? What if you're omnipotently powerful? What if you have unlimited power, able to do anything, which is the definition of omnipotence? Now, stay with me for a minute, and I'll explain. I was reading one of Dan Brown's novels. He's one of my favorite authors because of his expertise about where religion meets science. And I was reading his novel called The Lost Symbol. And at the end of the story, there was this little discussion about the Bible. And the theory was posed that the Bible is coded with messages that we are God in the sense that we too are creators. And so it got me to thinking, what if this was true? What if this was the whole reason for all of our life lessons? What if this is why life throws us these tests and challenges all the time? Is each test asking us to remember that we are a creator and that instead of responding or reacting to a challenge, we're supposed to just create what we want instead? What if this is how you express your hidden power? Well, while I'm thinking about it, if you already know that you're ready to dissolve life's obstacles that are on your path to success, if you already know that you're ready to be a creator, then you might be ready for this amazing new tool to get you moving into some better patterns where success can find its way to you. It's called the Alchemy Matrix, and it's going to help you shape your destiny. It's an interactive roadmap designed to help you solve problems, dissolve barriers, and bring in a lot of clarity so that you can create a future that you'd like to see. Just wanted to slip in this brief reminder that you can sign up to learn more about the Alchemy Matrix at successcircleworkshops.com, and I promise to tell you more about that in just a minute. So we were talking about this novel called The Lost Symbol. The theory was posed in this book that the Bible is coded with messages that we are God in the sense that we too are creators. And it got me to thinking, what if this was true? What if this was the whole reason for our life lessons and our life challenges? What if this is why life throws these tests and things at us all the time? Is each test asking us to remember that we are a creator and that instead of responding or reacting to a challenge, we're supposed to just create what we want? What if this is how you express your hidden power? Maybe Nike isn't so far off when they say just do it. Why can't we just create it? Well, it also got me to thinking about affirmations and visualizations. Will affirmations work if we have mixed messages in our head? What happens if we repeat an affirmation like money comes to me easily and effortlessly, yet all day long we wonder why we aren't making as much money as we'd hoped for? What will those mixed messages produce? What if we realize that we are a creator and all we have to do is go create? Could it be that simple? After all, one of the truths that I've learned over the years, and this truth has proven to be pretty solid, is that if we're experiencing lack, it's only for one reason. We're focused on lack. We're creating lack. And if our thoughts create reality, which Einstein and Thomas Jefferson and Wallace Wattles and every great philosopher has said, if our thoughts create our reality, then should we wake up and see that we are creators? Interesting, right? What if we're that powerful? Well, I remember one time about 20 some odd years ago, and I was having a particularly hard time with some real estate that I owned at the time. It was a down market, and I couldn't seem to rent or sell any of the houses in my portfolio. And I went into a friend of mine that I trusted. He scanned over my notes that I couldn't figure out how to liquidate my properties and still make money. And he took off his glasses, and he looked up at me, and he asked me only one question. Don't you know what your assignment is? And this struck me as a funny question. I asked him, do you mean, what am I supposed to do with these properties? That's what I can't figure out. And he told me that I have several job titles in life, whether it's a business owner, a wife, an artist, an educator, and sometimes we cross these up. And he asked me if I was approaching this task with the perspective of a business owner, a real estate developer, or was I approaching the task as someone who was completely puzzled? Well, I had to admit, it was the latter. I was puzzled. I was sending mixed messages to the universe and to my own brain. Our thoughts create our reality, even our mixed up thoughts. So he asked me again, don't you know what your assignment is? I said that my assignment was to dissolve the real estate portfolio, period. And in that moment, all the questions about what to do just stopped. I was no longer puzzled. I was no longer trying to rent the properties in order to get through the down market. I was no longer confused about waiting out the down market. I just had one assignment to dissolve the portfolio. And with that clarity, it actually became amazingly simple. So let's go back to that what if question. What if you are a creator? What if that's your assignment? to be a creator? Well, I have an exercise for you. I'd like you to take a moment and consider a life challenge that you have right now and reapproach it from this perspective. With one particular challenge in mind, what's your assignment? What are you supposed to create instead that maybe you've been missing because you've been sending your own brain mixed messages because you've been puzzled up in your thoughts? What could you create as an alternative to this challenge that's sitting there? And now, as you consider all this, also consider, what if you're more powerful than you realize? What if you're a powerful creator? What if? And that's your exercise for today, to consider that thing that you want to create instead of the challenge that you're faced with. If you're more powerful than you realize, what would you create next? Yes, this is your invitation to step it up a notch and do something unimaginable, something totally unreasonable, something that seems impossible. Well, I hope this helps you as you're using the powers of alchemy to transform challenges and obstacles and a lack of clarity into positive new successes. But if you still can't get your head around what's got you stuck, you can tell me about it. You can leave a question here, or if you're someone who has the audacity, the willingness to take these bold risks to transform challenges into success, you can find out more about our events at successcircleworkshops.com. This is where you can learn more about the audacity of alchemy and how to unlock your hidden power. You'll get a personalized, interactive roadmap that's custom designed to get you unstuck by unlocking your hidden power to create big, magical changes. You know, alchemy. You'll learn to solve problems, dissolve barriers, and bring success to you. So don't wait. Go to successcircleworkshops.com and get your personalized Alchemy Matrix package right now. You'll get a full-color workbook filled with hands-on exercises to inspire your creative energies. You'll get membership in your very own Success Circle for high-level masterminding and networking. You'll get your very own customized Alchemy Matrix to unlock your hidden power and bring success to you, and your very own personal Unstuckologist. Remember, the Alchemy Matrix is the only tool of its kind, and it's only available here. So if you're ready to approach your life's challenges with audacity, if you're ready to finally banish frustration, indecision, and the negative spiral, if you're ready to watch success materialize right before your eyes, then don't settle for another minute of ordinary. Go to successcircleworkshops.com and get your personalized Alchemy Matrix right now and watch the magic start to happen. Thanks for joining me today, and I'm wishing you a life filled with all the alchemy you need to bring success to you. By the way, feel free to share this video with anyone you know who's feeling stuck, and I look forward to seeing you in one of our upcoming Success Circles. You can find out more at successcircleworkshops.com.